Hey everyone, welcome back to another video. Hope you all are doing fine. Today's video is going to be all about how to make a good CV. I've been asked a lot about this and I have kept it for a very good time, which is now, and it can never be better than before you apply for your internship and residency applications. So before we start into how to make a CV, let us understand what is a CV. So basically it is nothing but a digital representation about you and yourself and how you qualify yourself for the position that you're applying. All right, it's as simple as that. A CV is something that is going to highlight about yourself and also give a first impression to the interviewer or the examiner even before you are being shortlisted for the interview. So you do not want that to be messed up, right? So let's dive in and see what all are the things that you need to focus to make a good CV. Let's divide into 4 major steps. So the first is the introduction about yourself, which includes your personal information such as your name, your age, your gender, a professional photograph of you, your aim or objective statement, your contact information such as your mobile number, your email address where they can reach you at, among many others. The second most important step is to include your aim or objective statement. So what is an aim or objective statement? This statement is nothing but something that you look forward to achieve when you are going to applying for multiple interviews and securing yourself in a higher position. What's your ultimate aim? What you want to get at? For example, if you are getting into a general surgery residency, you aim to become a general surgery chairman or chair or consultant or something on a higher level. Or even you want to get to a super specialized position, for example, thoracic surgeon. So that's like the ultimate aim for you and you are going through that pathway. So this is what your aim should include, something that you are trying to reach at or is your main goal. Moving on to the third step is your educational background. This is very simple and straightforward. This is where you will be highlighting all your educational achievements, such as the school you went to, the grade you studied at, the score you achieved in that particular academic year, and anything that you have achieved elsewhere as well, such as your professional certifications and diplomas. This will give an interviewer an idea about what your educational background or your worth or your value is. Now, once you have highlighted about them, now it's time for the fourth step, which is your work experience. And by far, this is one of the most important steps in your building CV. This is the step where you have to mention any place that you have worked in the past. This could also include your internship year or a place where you have worked as a general practitioner, or even if you have done any locum jobs. This is also a place where you can add any references such as recommendation letters that you have received from someone, and you can put in a link through that, or you can put in that you have received a recommendation letter from so-and-so doctor from so-and-so department when you worked over there, and then attach it to your CV at the end so that it gives you more credible value. In this section, you can also add any observationships or clinical attachments that you have done. This is a part of training, but anywhere that you have got hands-on experience where you have given a service, all that you can include in the work experience category. Now, these are by far the main 4 categories that you need to have in your CV. Some things that can add on to your CV are: 1, you need to add about any extracurricular activities that you have been involved, which is pertaining to your career and non-career as well. In relation to your career, you can mention that if you have gone for any volunteering events, if you have participated in any conferences, if you have been awarded in any CME points, if you have presented a poster or an oral abstract in any conference, you can mention that as well. Or simply you can add that if you have gone to any BLS course or any ATLS course, any surgical courses, any medical courses, something that adds value to yourself or your CV. This basically means that any diploma or any certification you have achieved, apart from being in your MBBS pathway or MD pathway, that adds value and benefit to you and the society that you're going to. One other thing that you can also mention over here is your highest achievement. It could simply be any health license that you have, or it could be a recent publication in any international journal, or it can also be giving out international exams. So any scores that you have received in international exams can also be mentioned, which will add value to your CV as well. Also, you can mention some of the training you have received or skills that you have learned, which could also help the organization that you're applying to. This will give the interviewer an idea about your achievements and the objectives that you're looking forward to accomplish. On the other hand, if it's non-career related, you can include all your personal hobbies that you find comfortable in doing when you have a free time. It could be any physical activities that you like, for example, going to the gym, exercising, or horse riding, or even playing football with friends, going for swimming, anything that you personally like to do in your free time. So this will give the interviewer a chance to understand if you're an introvert, an extrovert, or an ambivert kind of person. Alright, so once you have included all this in your CV, the last step comes on down to the conclusion of your personal report. So the conclusion should include a personal statement, what is your CV about, and what the person who is going to read your CV should understand. So a personal statement will guide them to know if you are the right fit for the position you're applying for or not. Now, this was a sample on how you should create a proper CV for any medical professional. However, there are certain criteria that have been set by the organization that you will apply to. I will take an example of MBRU, that's Muhammad bin Rashid University, who has released the guideline for what they would want to look at in a CV. Before I talk about that, one thing to clear is that the above mentioned steps can be rearranged in any order as per your preference. However, if you follow the proper standard guideline, this is how you should do it. So this video was a standard representation for guiding medical students into creating a proper CV for those who do not have an idea on how to establish a proper report. And if you know how to establish a proper report for your CV, then you can rearrange them in any order. I will also be inserting the link to the MBRU CV requirements, so you can just have a read on the requirements page and you can understand what all they require from your CV. I hope that you understood this video really well and that you understood the importance on building a proper CV. That's it for this video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you have not watched my previous video on the latest updates in the medical education in this country, I'll put a link right here. And if you want to know more about the medical internship or the residency pathway, I will put down a playlist here as well, so you can watch them and get more information about how to study or how to focus yourself to get into the medical career in this country.